I want to talk about Judy. I want to talk about Judy. Phillip Jeffries struck David Bowie, apart from wearing that lovely white suit, which I'm homaging today by wearing a white suit, is also wearing red shoes. And I'm thinking, is this a reference? What's it a reference to? Is it a reference to anything? Is it a reference to the Wizard of Oz? Is it a reference to the ruby slippers? Is there no place like home? Because Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, you know, travels between worlds, and then she has the red shoes which bring her home. And Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz in the movie is played by Judy Garland. But we're not going to talk about Judy, but perhaps we are going to talk about Garland Briggs. So if it's a reference to Judy, now I'm going to have to apologize in advance here, because this is the kind of thing I do sometimes, which is just to riff on something and allow these references to happen. And I'm not for a minute saying, like I said at the beginning, I'm not for a minute saying this is a definitive take or I've discovered the secret. It's just a fun thing to think about. So is the reference to Judy Garland a code word for Garland Briggs? Is Judy Garland Briggs? So remember, Phillip Jeffries may have been the FBI man tasked with surveillance at Blue Pine Ridge and have worked with Briggs. And we've been talking about the fact that, yeah, he's probably working with Briggs. Or is this a reference or homage via Bowie's deliberately unfocused accent to something else? There's another spurious vocalization of the name Judy, which is not so much these days, but back in the day, many impersonators would do an impersonation of Cary Grant by going, Judy, Judy, Judy. Cary Grant was another English actor who was cast mainly in American movies. I did some research. Cary Grant never said, as is often the case with these quotes, Cary Grant never said Judy, Judy, Judy. There's a movie called Only Angels Have Wings, where he says the name Judy quite a lot, because there's a character called Judy, but never 3 times in a row. And in interviews over the years, Cary Grant has expressed kind of bemusement over the fact that impersonators, it's become the thing, you know, Judy, Judy, Judy. So he's often incorrectly quoted as saying Judy, Judy, Judy to Rita Hayworth, who plays a character called Judy. And this misquote is attributed to an impressionist called Larry Storch, who, in the middle of one of his nightclub acts, saw Judy Garland walk in as he was impersonating Cary Grant and said, Judy, Judy, Judy. And I'm just thinking, Bowie's very fond of doing voices. And was he like playing around with how he was going to do this line and suddenly came out with Judy, 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 and either Mark Frost or David Lynch, or I can't remember who actually wrote that scene, may have just said, oh, we'll keep that. That's great, do that. And then that in its turn kind of forced Bowie to do this weird accent. Just a fool.